In this video, I'm going to show you the perfect itineraries for Venice for 1, 2, or 3 days so you can enjoy everything the city has to offer, always divided by region, optimizing your time, explaining what needs a ticket, what doesn't, where to buy the tickets, the gondola rides. It's worth going to the island of the Muranos, lots of great tips that will help you plan your entire Venice itinerary, guys. So don't forget to give us a like, that thumbs up is very important, subscribe to the channel, and buckle up. Gabriel, what's the ideal amount? How many days should you stay in Venice? In my opinion, 2 to 3 is perfect. We stayed 3 days the first time and I thought it was great. We were able to do everything calmly, it was wonderful, so 2 to 3 days I think it's ideal. So the first day in Venice, what to do? You start your day by going to Piazza San Marco, which is the most famous square in the city. There are several tourist attractions there, which we'll talk about here, and they're already concentrated there. So you can do everything, and a nice tip is come back to the square later in the evening because it's so beautiful. We had dinner there. At night it's much emptier. During the day it's crowded. At night we were able to dine on pizza and drink some very good wine. This square is beautiful. The moon is really cool and different, so try to get back there at night. The first tourist attraction is the Doge's Palace. The Doge's Palace is well known in Italian story. It has a prison inside, which is very cool to see. So you can explore it. It doesn't take long. I think you get to know the place well in about 30 minutes or an hour. Then you head towards the Basilica of San Marco, which is its giant church in Piazza San Marco. That's really nice to see. Visit the interior, take a look at all the architecture, pay attention to the details, the architecture on the outside too, the way they've kept the incredible front part for centuries. There's a lot of history for you to see in this basilica, and if you want to, I recommend you do it. Climb the bell tower. It's on the basilica itself. It's on the side. You see that there's a giant tower. It takes a while. You have to climb the stairs. The elevator sometimes doesn't work, so take a look around. You have to pay to go up, not to visit the church, but you have to pay to go up. But the view is spectacular. The pictures that people take from up there give you the whole view of Venice, the rivers, how the canals cuts through. It's a well worth taking. If you make it, you're gonna get a beautiful view. The next destination is the Rialto bridge, which is a very famous and well-known bridge there. You have to pass over it, visit it, and it's the gateway to some very important places. So you can go from Piazza San Marco to these other places and take the opportunity to go to the Rialto market. It's a really nice place. It's a very good place to eat. There are lots of Italian spices, fresh, good food. You can eat something there for lunch. It's very nice. If you want to enjoy Italian cuisine, go there and you'll like it. We ate very well. Then you can start exploring these regions. Open Google Maps, get your bearings. You were there in the San Marco area. Then you'll be heading that direction towards Polo. Then you walk towards Dorsoduro, which are the areas of Venice. You walk along and you see that every hour you pass a beautiful bridge, a beautiful canal. You see that it's going to take a while. It's like a sightseeing tour of the city. It takes a while, but it's very beautiful and worthwhile. A nice tip is that there are free tours, which they are free. In fact, it's a website that we know is where we buy the tickets, excursions for all the tours in Europe. They have free tours of almost the famous cities. A guide takes 10 to 15 people and shows them around the city, telling them the history. At the end, everyone gives them a tip. Sometimes people give 10, 20 euros. I've seen people give 5 and I've seen people give 50, but usually 10 or 20 is fine. It's nice because it's a guided tour, so you can get to know the place. So check it out because it's cheap, almost free, and you get to know a bit about the history of the place. And then in this area of Dorsoduro, you walk and you arrive at Campo Santa Margherita, which is a very lively square close to a university area, so there's a bit more of a lively vibe in Venice. It's a really nice place to visit, and that's where we had the best and cheapest pizza in Venice. The prices are good and the food is very local. Go there, have some pizza, some coffee, because it's a really nice area. Then you go to the Gallerie dell'Accademia, one of the largest art galleries in the world. There's a lot of cool stuff. Set aside a few hours to see it. Then you see a beautiful building, the Basilica of Santa Maria della Salute, which is a very beautiful basilica. You see that there are basilicas everywhere. There are many in Italy, there aren't so many in Venice, but in Rome, for example, there are countless basilicas, like bakeries everywhere, and it's really nice. The history of each is different, so if you do like this more religious, historical thing, do some research, because there are more of the churches that I'm talking about. So if you like it, you're gonna love. And then you'll be tired, so try either going back to Piazza San Marco, which is probably close to where you're staying. If you have the energy, go there. There are two very nice places for dinner, Café Florian and Café Quadri. They are two of the most famous. They have a terrace that overlooks the square. If you manage to have dinner there, it's a perfect end for you to finish your first day in Venice. The second day of the trip, early in the morning, we did it early and I liked it. It's the gondola ride. It was a very pleasant ride, the sun wasn't so strong yet, and it was a very nice experience. Take the gondola ride through Venice. Some people say it's more beautiful at dusk if you can catch the sunset, or you can tailor your itinerary too. We liked doing it in the morning and had already booked the tour. It wasn't as crowded as it is in the afternoon, but the experience is up to you. But take the gondola ride, which is the Venice ride. To feel like you've been to Venice, you have to take the gondola ride. You can buy it over the counter. I don't recommend it because it's much more expensive and much more crowded. The website I told you about is always available. It has the gondola rides and shows you exactly where you need to go. Take a look. But they are very nice gondoliers. There are over 400 registered gondoliers. They have to study and pass many tests to be able to tell the story of Venice to tourists. On the gondola ride, you can either buy a shared ride with a few other people or a private ride. Of course, it's more romantic and more enjoyable if you get the private one. We both did it on the boat, but if you're on a tight budget, you should know that there's this option. Sometimes there are up to 4 to 6 people and you split the cost, so it's an option to save a little bit on the gondola ride. Returning from the tour, our tip is either explore Venice on your own, which is a very cool experience, or look for the bridges. There's the Bridge of Sights. There are many iconic places to see in the city, or visit the islands. There are the famous islands nearby. You can take the Vaporetti, which are water cabs. It's super easy to do. There are also tours that the agency has already set up for you, takes you there, does the tour and comes back. There's the island of Burano, which is the island with the colorful houses. I'll put the pictures here for you to see. They say the spaghetti allo bonole are the best there. We didn't eat it at the time, we didn't try it, but it's a tip that we give that we've seen in a few places and that made our mouths water. And then there's the island of Murano, which will take you up a lot of time. They'll take you up the whole afternoon. It's very nice. The transportation there, you already feel like you're in Venice because you'll be on the boat, you see the city, the buildings, and when you get to the islands, it's really cool. The island of Murano is famous for its Muranos. It has the most famous glass factory. There are lots of Muranos for you to buy. It's a really nice tour. Then you return to your hotel at dusk. If you still have the night to spare, take a walk, go to a nice restaurant, or go back to your hotel to rest because you will get tired. Take a shower, get ready, and then go out. But there's lots to do in Venice. There's the main shopping street if you want to be there, near Piazza San Marco. There are designer stores, there are cheaper stores, there's everything. So Venice is a very nice place. And an important tip that I just remembered, guys, once you've booked your hotel, send an email to the hotel and ask for arrival instructions. This is essential. It's the only place in the world that requires it. And why is that? Because you're going to arrive at the train station or at the place you've been to, and you need to have the right instructions. So the hotels has them ready. They'll copy and paste it for you and tell you, for example, after arriving at the bus station, you're going to take Vaporetto number such and such, get off at such and such station, take some other transportation. This is because getting around isn't so simple. There are bridges, canals, rivers, so you need to have clear instructions. What you see most often is tourists lost with their bags, crossing bridges, no cars allowed, so you get off the boat and have to walk to your hotel. Look for a hotel that's close to Vaporetto stops. Do some research beforehand so you don't have any trouble. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel, and be sure to watch the other 2 videos I'm going to put up here, which are very important for you to organize your entire trip while saving a lot on everything. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much and have nice trips.